And today, in the lives of the saints, we're going to have a look at the story of Saint Lawrence, how he became a martyr. It's an incredible story. Dear friends, on this channel we take a look at the lives of the Catholic saints. We look at their incredible and their heroic examples and their sufferings for us. Not the false, soft, watered-down portrayals suitable for people of no faith. Here we wish to see the true face of the saints that will lead us to heaven. And we ask you do help us in this apostolate by liking our videos, sharing the videos with your friends and your colleagues. And also subscribe to our channel, click that reminder bell too. The story of St. Lawrence is a fascinating story of epic heroism for Christ. And it culminated, it ended in his death in the year 258 AD. So it's when the church was still very young. And he died a martyr and is considered one of the greats. We don't know much about St. Lawrence's early life, about his birth or about his education. But we do know that as a youth, he possessed a remarkable virtue. And this caught the attention of Saint Sixtus. Now, when Saint Sixtus became Pope, he ordained Saint Lawrence as a deacon. And he appointed him among the first of the 7 deacons of Rome. So there were 7 deacons in Rome, and he was amongst them. And this was a charge of great importance. He had to take care of the treasury of the church in Rome, and also the revenues had to be distributed among the poor. So that is what St. Lawrence did. But that same year, the Emperor Valerian published his bloody edicts and a persecution of the church started. This persecution unfolded. Valerian flattered himself that all that was needed was a rigorous persecution of the church, and thereafter the destruction would follow. Little did he know that he was up against the work of the Almighty. And it seems his plan was pure stupid brutality. Cut off the head of the flock, the shepherds, and scatter the sheep. And by order of the Emperor Valerian, all bishops, priests, and deacons were to be put to death. And then about a year later, Pope Saint Sixtus II was seized, and now he was being led off to his execution. And St. Lawrence saw this and followed him, thinking himself ill-treated, his eyes filled with tears because he was not to die with the Holy Pontiff. And he said to him, "Father, where are you going without your son? Why do you not take your deacon with you as usual? Shall you go alone to offer yourself as sacrifice to God? What have I done to displease you, that you thus cast me off?" And the brave vicar of Christ turned to Lawrence and said, "My son, it is not I who leave you. Our Lord reserves you for a much sharper battle. Because I am old and feeble, and I must die after a slight skirmish. But you are young and strong, and shall have more glory in your triumph. Dry your tears now, because in 3 days you shall follow me." So it seems to be prophetic. And the Holy Father then gave some directives to Lawrence of things he had to do. Told him to distribute everything in the church coffers immediately to the poor, because it would fall into the hands of their pagan persecutors. And after that, he waved los adieu to his faithful deacon, and he went off to his death. At this, Lawrence was full of joy that he should be soon called to God. And his pressing duty was now performed. He went to seek out the poor and the widows and the orphans, and he gave them everything in his keeping, all the money. He even sold all the sacred vessels to increase the sum, and he also gave that to the poor. Now, some of the Roman officers who were leading the Pope off, they also heard what they'd been speaking about, money and treasures, and they took care to repeat this to their leader, the prefect. Filled with greed, he immediately imagined the Christians now had vast treasures, and he became interested in this matter, because not only did he worship the pagan idols, Mars and Jupiter, But also, obviously, he worshipped gold and silver. And so the prefect sent for St. Lawrence. So this is quite a long video, so we've split it into sections. Just go to the end screen if you want to go to the next or the previous section. And do help us with our apostolate by liking our videos, sharing the videos, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already subscribed. Click that reminder bell as well.
Egresso